Hi friends, in this video I want to show you final and the most important game in a big tournament which finished today in Sweden, and this game in tiebreak between Arjun Erigaisi and Magnus Carlsen. So at first game in tiebreak won Magnus and at second won Arjun Erigaisi. So now let me show you final third game between two strong grandmasters. And this game is in blitz, and opponents has 3 minutes and 2 seconds per one move. Okay, let's go and let me show you this game. So now it is one of the most popular chess opening, Queen's Indian, Queen's Gambit, one of Queen's Gambit variation, exchange variation also, and in this moment black and white has some typical ideas. For example, one of idea is to exchange a dark square bishop for black and then to push the knight on the e4 square. So Magnus played knight e4 and Arjun played f3. Of course black should take on c3 and then c5, e4, take on d4, take on d5, queen d8, and in this position maybe c4. C4 is the best move, but c takes d also possible. This position is equal, and let me show you some more important moments. So now Carlsen push his knight to d6, very strong blockaded square, and then after some moves we can see also equal position, but at that moment rook a5 was a big blunder, and black has a good chance to win. In some moment let me show you critical idea. So in this moment, instead of knight f5, Magnus should play queen e3 and then rook c1, and of course we want to take on f1, and if knight d3, take on f1 and then rook d1, queen e5 and rook d3. And at this position black has extra piece, and last move king f8, extra bishop, and of course this position is completely winning for black. But instead of this Magnus played knight f5, he decided to play more solid, and then rook a1. Also interesting move, but white should play d6 instead of this, because rook a1 was a blunder too. And then let me show you this variation, also very sharp and very interesting. And then this position is equal, but of course it is very difficult to play both for black and for white, for both sides. But for Stockfish this position is equal after d7 move. Okay, let's go back to the main variation, to the game between Arjun and Magnus. So he played rook a1, and then Magnus found some strong moves like queen e3 with the check and then knight d4, and this position completely winning for black, because black has two threats. So first threat is to take on e5, of course, and second threat is knight f3, maybe even stronger, because after knight f3 we can win the whole queen. That's why knight g4 was a final mistake for Arjun, but his position is completely lost in this moment too. For example, if king h1, then simply queen e5 and extra knight, and of course I think that Magnus can win easily in this game. For example, simply knight f1 and so on, and of course in this position black has some strong moves, rook b2, not obvious move, and we can play, for example, rook d8 and so on, rook d8 and rook on d5 with the queen or with the rook, and of course extra bishop in the end of this variation. So very good game by Magnus Carlsen, and let me show you final standings. So in the end Magnus was first and Arjun Erigaisi second. Next is Abdusadorov no Tiebreak, Abdurmush Yagis Kanan, Jordan Van Forest, Andy Woodward, Joe Jenner, and the last was Nils Grandelius. So I think that this tournament was very strong and very interesting, and if you like my video, please follow me and please like and write a comment. Goodbye and see you in my next videos.